Let's get nuts. Children, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. Let's get the humping. February 1st. Oh, we're in the second month now. Did it seem like January lasted a little too much? It seemed like it lasted long, right? I was just like, God damn, when is this freaking month gonna end? Apparently, we finally got here, guys. What is going on? Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up, do all that. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member because we do a members-only stream right after every Wednesday stream. So, a lot of streaming. A lot of streams. We're crossing the streams and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, how we doing? The aftermath. How we feeling with that DCU hangover, huh? A little bit? Well, let's start off with Knight Rider, who says, fuck the undies. Okay. All right, that's what I say. I don't wear any. Zing. Sorry. All right, starting off great. Literally starting off great. Joshua Hamilton. Well, since I'm early, how about a tip for everyone? Okay. That thumbnail is not PG-13. Yes, it is. It is. All right, here's the tip right here. Just the tip of the day. Remember, there is no sense in trying to achieve Sir Mix-a-Lot's specific measurements unless you are 5'3". This message brought to you by Just the Tip. I like it. I like that a lot. Good job. Appreciate that tip. Everybody take notes, take screenshots, whatever you got to do. We got Bald Zach here. Good to see you. We got Raquel. What is happening? Miss Steph, Miss Nighthawk. Good to see your pretty face. All right. Yes. Thank you. We appreciate that. Nate Smith. I was hoping Gunn would sit back and not stir anything else up after they announced it, but here we are. I don't think that's ever going to be the case. And to be honest, I'm glad he is. Whatever. I'm glad that he is stirring up things. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. Brings for entertainment and discussions. What's going on, Jose? Cue the delusional people who, we'll talk about that. More details, of course, when it comes to his Superman and whatnot. And obviously, we're going to talk about the chonies. What's going on, Mr. Jason McKenzie? I know. Well, yeah. I mean, I know. I get it. Everybody put in their opinions. It's fine. I mean, I get it. What's going on, Mr. Fear Jason? Good to see you. We got Tet right here. I'm wearing my underwear. Oh, there you go. Nice. That's what you got to do. What's going on, Katniss? Thank you. It was about time. Appreciate it. It was about time that, I let my hair grow. I mean, I got a haircut before, I think like around Thanksgiving. And then I just let it go because I was lazy. It's okay. I haven't forgiven you yet, Steph, but I'm working on it though. Just kidding. Nerdy Mastermind, what's happening? Happy Black History Month. Yes, it is Black History Month. How will you be helping the Black race this month? I don't know. By shutting the fuck up, I guess. I don't know. I think I'll be, I'll do my best. Hey, we got Saggy Melons here. Watch out. Oh boy. Watch out. Everybody watch out in the chat. So, all right. Who else we got here? Just clicking away. We got Diamond Absolutes. You missed out last night too. Jeez. You and Steph, what's going on? My God. It's okay. Usually I don't do Tuesday streams anymore, but yesterday, of course, had to, and I did it earlier than usual, and it was strictly all about the announcements, so it's fine. No big deal. We got Rowdy Richter right here. Let's see, what's up? The possibility of Mangold directing Swamp Thing is awesome. There you go. Did I hint about that? I don't know. We'll talk about it. Cortez, did we have to see the bulge in the undies? Why not? You have to have the bulge in the undies. I mean, come on, guys. Superheroes wear very tight attire, okay? If you're gonna see all the muscles and everything, you're gonna see the bulge. It's called a codpiece. It's a part of the superhero costume, all right? It is a part of the superhero costume. Just saying. You gotta have that. So, Let's see. Who else we got? I think let's see. We got Andrew right here. Hey, it's going pretty good. Good to see ya. All right. We got Mr. Milana right here. You finally made a stream. That's good. We got Draga also. Yes. A little late to the party. It's okay. Just saying hi to everybody, Clay. Good to see you. We got Ziggs right here as well. Patrick. Yeah. We got Tiger. No undies. That's what I say. And it feels good. It feels good. Sorry. Okay. I don't know why. Yeah, just keep on going back to that whole thing. What's going on? Hey, Shemagic's here. Man. Like I said, if you guys haven't followed him on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, he posts videos, watch. This guy, I always love some little card magic right there, so I like that. Let's see, who else we got? Is the cod the appropriate fish to allude to that part of the body? Maybe, I don't know. Sorry. Oh, no. I didn't see you, Stephanie T. There you are. I know I saw you do that. I'm sorry. The thing moves too quickly. I'm sorry, Stephanie T. No. No, I'm glad you're here. No, always. Steph with a PH. Mike, what's happening? We got a free ball. It on soups. That's what I'm saying. You guys know where I stand. And I'm free balling. Pizza Hut brought back the Big New Yorker today. Nice. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was happening on the 1st. You know, I remember eating that as a child because I wanted to eat a big, huge slice of pizza. Like, you know, obviously I was obsessed with the Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. And then especially the movies and how delicious that pizza looked. My God, of course. So, yeah, I had to definitely do that. So, yeah. In the light of subject, I think if you've been hearing me joking, you could probably guess that it's neither. Anyways, okay. Superman with okay. I know. I don't know. I know. There's that too. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about still. So put him in a Speedo. Yeah, there you go. A full Speedo. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Wow. This stream has very much started off interesting. I mean, I knew it was going to be like that when we're going to be talking about undies, but I blame James Gunn because he did put the poll out. So, didn't I just say poll out? Okay. I need a drink. Anybody got... Jeez. I don't know. Did I just say that? He put that poll on Twitter, so naturally we're going to be talking about that. But mainly we're talking about the aftermath, of course, of the DCU announcements or everything like that. So... TMI, I know. I'm TMIing like a mother effer right now. I am just so much doing that. What's going on, Mr. William? Yes, seeing it tomorrow with Miss Nighthawk. We're seeing that tomorrow for sure. Yes, we're definitely going to check that out. We can't wait. Cannot wait. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening, Meep. I really don't. And Rhea, always love to see ya. Do what she says. So yeah, there you go. Do all that. So, all right, let's get to this stuff right now. Let's get to the tweets. Let's stop talking. Let's cut the underwear talk right now, at least until we get to the full-on underwear talk. But, you know, I'm just saying, just like until we get there. Anyways, guys. All right, let's do this. Let's go to the tweets. All right, here we go. Starting off, of course, Mr. Fear Jason. Putting me on a Funko Pop, which I do have a Funko Pop of myself that I got made by the Nerd Queens. The Nerd Queens, I think it was Cole of the Nerd Queens. She made me a Funko Pop. And you know what? Sadly, it fell off my table at one point, and the glasses part broke off the Funko Pop. I still have it displayed, but the glasses part broke off. But yeah. So there you go. Who wants a Film Junkie Funko Pop right there? Anybody? Anyone? And then this was interesting right here because Kevin Bacon was interviewed recently. He said, after 20 years since absent from the franchise, Kevin Bacon reveals his interest in returning to the Tremors franchise. And I went, wait a minute. Back in like 2018, 19, there was a trailer for a pilot episode of, you know, Val returning to the Tremors world. They were going to do a series with Kevin Bacon and have, of course, Val show back up. You know, may he rest in peace. Mr. Fred Ward passed away last year, sadly, so they can't have that reunion. But hey, if he's down, let's do this. I don't know why they canceled that pilot. I remember there was a trailer and everything. And yes, it actually is in the article. They do mention the trailer, but I'm like, come on. Tremors is just, it's one of those movies. Tremors is one of those movies from my childhood. I can quote the absolute shiza out of that movie. So, yeah, I would absolutely love that. So, and then Mr. Tony, you know Tony, he shows up on the Vodka stream, and he showed up on the Vodka stream last Friday. Tony is, of course, from the land down under, and the last couple of times, and I love this. I love it when Tony shows up, because he's part of the conversation, but as he's part of the conversation, he is making art like this. So if you watched last Friday's Vodka stream, he was drawing Ray Fisher's cyborg right here. And that's what it looks like right there. Very, very talented dude. Tony is just so freaking talented. So that's what it's looking like right now. I don't know how, I'm so fascinated by that, because I wish I had that talent. It's just really, really good. So Tony, follow him at Bell and Jerry. Dude is so freaking talented. Love talking to him and love his accent. I love the Australian accent. Jenny, we're gonna beat the age, Jenny, in a new Robert Zemeckis. That's right. Tom Hanks and Robert Wright, of course, who played Forrest and Jenny Gump in Forrest Gump. Apparently, they're gonna be in Robert Zemeckis' next film called Here. And the film will use the AI tool Metaphysic, known for its use of the deep Tom Cruise on TikTok. So you guys seen the deep Tom Cruise? Well, yeah, that's really crazy technology, because it looks like it's actually Tom Cruise talking, but apparently they're going to be de-aged in that manner. Although Robin Wright, my God, she hasn't really aged much. She's aging like a fine wine, so that's going to be interesting. You see, you can't help, because it is a Forrest Gump reunion right there, obviously. That's right, Jenny, all my wrinkles are gone, Jenny. All right, I got to stop doing that. And hey, anybody want to see something that really really freak me out? What the hell's going on here? This can't be real, right? Oh my God. What the hell? What is happening in this video right here? I don't know, but it's freaking me out. You guys see this? Oh. I don't know. Yeah, we've all seen these robots that look like headless dogs, and we've all seen that episode of Black Mirror. But apparently, I don't know what's going on. No, my God. So, it's happening, guys. The machines will uprise. Pack your shit. But hey, before the world ends, I want to get some Dark Knight. I want to get some Dark Knight McFarlane's right here. Look at this. That's pretty awesome. Love that. Okay, and then of course I'll pass all this stuff right here. You know, but Peter Safran, I didn't mention this yesterday, but Peter Safran did talk about Batgirl, and this is what he said right here, because I forgot to mention it yesterday when I was going over everything, but I forgot this quote. But this is what he said right here when it came to Batgirl and the cancellation. He said, on the Batgirl front, it's not about late in the process of the film getting canceled. I saw the movie, and there are a lot of incredibly talented people in front of and behind the camera on that film. But that film was not releasable, and it happens sometimes. That film was not releasable. I actually think that President and CEO Warner Brothers Discovery, David Zaslav, and the team made a very bold and courageous decision to cancel it, because it would have hurt DC. It would have hurt those people involved. And again, I think the main reason, and I've said it many, many times, is because Mr. Cocksucker Walter Hamada was trying to do some kind of weird, interesting thing and basically stranglehold the movie of Batgirl into a certain spot where it had to be right after The Flash, during Christmas time, and it was going to be crazy when it came to the multiverse level, because of course we had Michael Keaton's Batman that was in it and J.K. Simmons' Gordon in it. So again, it was probably just one of those things, but it's like, but still, hopefully, I still hope. I mean, just like I still hope we get the Ayer cut, I hope we get the well, the whole Batgirl movie, I guess you could say. We don't even need a different version, but yeah. So there's that. And then speaking of Batgirl and speaking of the directors, of course, Mr. Arby and Falah, they are going to be returning for Bad Boys 4. It's in the works. We already knew it was in the works, but apparently, it's full on in the works. I think Will Smith even posted some kind of video that happened, and Martin Lawrence, of course, retweeted that video or posted that video. So it's now fully in the works, but it just begs to just say that remember the title for Bad Boys 3? It was called Bad Boys for Life. So they wasted that title for the third one when they could have used it for this one and used 4. You know how I hate when they replace letters with titles? Well, that wouldn't have happened with this. It would have just been Bad Boys. Well, it would have replaced the whole word, but it would have made more sense, I guess you could say. So they wasted the Bad Boys for Life title for the third one, and now they can't use it for this one unless they say Bad Boys for Eternity. I don't know. Bad Boys for Forever. I don't know. Bad Boys Forever, and just use the 4. I don't know. Hopefully they just call it Bad Boys 4. Okay, stop it. Stop it with everything else. Just call it Bad Boys 4. That's all we need. Although I think they should keep it a trilogy. I thought Bad Boys for Life was actually pretty good for anyways, I don't know. Who knows? And then again, talking about the DCU announcements and everything that was being discussed yesterday, we also have, when somebody asked about CW's Gotham Knights, James Gunn and Peter Safran had no comment. Come on. We all know that, yeah. It's crap. It's absolute crap. Come on. We all knew that was going to be the case, right? We all knew that would be the case. Things not working here? What the heck? Hold on. Sorry. I'm having some difficulties. Did I pick the wrong thing? I did pick the wrong thing, didn't I? Hold on. I was trying to do a sound effect and it didn't work. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Or, that. Blow it up. Blow it up right there. Sorry. I had the wrong selection. Man, I'm hitting all kinds of buttons right now. But yes, you get what I'm saying, right? Ugh. Yeah, who wants to see this whole thing? Jeez. Who wants to see that? Nobody does. Nobody does. And then, yes, I like this little graphic right here. 2025 is going to be crazy because we have Fantastic Four, we have the Kang Dynasty, we have a new Superman movie, and then, of course, we have the Batman Part 2 coming out in 2025. Man, gonna be crazy. And we're only in 2023. My God. Why? Yeah. That sucks. Family. Did you guys see this? Oh my God, look at how dramatic. This poster right here. This poster right here for Fast X. This is Vin Diesel's best acting. His best acting right here. Look at the furrow in his brow. Look at the creases in his forehead. Holding that cross. Oh my God. Yes, Vin Diesel deserves an award for this poster pose. My God, the best acting I've ever seen of Vin Diesel right here in this freaking poster. The end of the road begins. The end of the road What? Oh, okay, that tagline is messing with my brain. I don't understand it. But yeah, apparently, the end of the road begins. Okay, cool. That's tripping me out a little bit, but hey, whatever, that's cool. But yeah, so there you go. Can we just have it end? Just end, please. Should have ended with Paul Walker. May he rest in peace. He was the better side of the whole franchise. That's just me. Ugh. The fact that they kept continuing and kept making it crazier, I just, over it. I'm over the Fast franchise, but I'm still going to watch this damn movie, of course, because I love movies. What can I say? Ugh. Yeah, go back to Riddick. I like the Riddick movies. The Riddick movies are good. Vin Diesel, go back. Make another Riddick movie when you're done with this. I like the Riddick movies. I will say that. Okay. Sorry. Rant over. We're good. Okay, so keep on going. Yes, thank you, Zack Snyder. I posted this tweet yesterday. I talked about it. And yeah, I wanted to emphasize it. Of course, Mick of TPZ, of course, he's got a much more stronger connection to Zack Snyder. So he posted this right here and basically said, thank you, Zack Snyder. And I posted it myself and I said, bring on Rebel Moon and the Armyverse. Let's do this. Because, you know, we'll talk about more about that. King of the Hill revival is a go. Heard about this? There was a tease about the King of the Hill revival. Now it's happening. It's going to be going to Hulu. What? That's right. We're getting... Oh, damn it, Bobby. What's going on? We're getting a revival. Oh, I sell propane parts and propane accessories. Come on. Hank Hill is back. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, it's good. And then moving on to a much somber more thing right there. So, we got Alec Baldwin. He's getting charged. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Alec Baldwin is kind of fucked right now, guys. He's going to be getting charged. And so this is how dumb Alec Baldwin is. And I always liked Alec Baldwin all throughout the years. Watched so many of his movies. Always thought he was a great actor. Always thought he seemed like he was a good guy. But he fucked up bad because he had that little interview with Mr. Stephanopoulos or whatever the hell the guy's name is. And then he was basically just putting on a whole little thing when he was talking about this. Because remember, this was back in 2001? End of 2001, I think, right? And he went on there and said, I didn't pull the trigger. He was trying to really put out there that it wasn't his fault. And then all of a sudden it came out that, yes, you did pull the trigger. There's no way that you couldn't have pulled the trigger. And now he's fucked. So I'm just kind of wondering what's going to be happening. So, holy crap, man. Alec Baldwin, you're going to be going to prison. And how many kids? He has 17 kids. Jeez. Dummy. Whatever. And then, of course, we have this right here. Remember. So, so this is pretty cool right here. This they posted. You guys know how much I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan, but right here it said when Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis and Bill Murray shot this commercial for Ghostbusters 1984, there was still some potential legal issues with the name. Yeah, they had issues with the name, so they actually shot different names when it came to. When it came to Ghostbusters, they weren't just called Ghostbusters. So this is what some of the names were right here.
Or ghost? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Ghost Stoppers!
Ghost Stoppers! Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? Does not have the same ring to it. And then they had this other take right here.
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Ghost Blasters!
Ghost Blasters! Doesn't have a good name to it, right? Ghostbusters has a good ring to it. Glad they got that name because, yeah, neither one of them. Yeah. No. Ghostbusters, got to stick with that. But yeah, Ghost Blasters and Ghost Stoppers. No. Oh, not at all. Another thing, okay, so another question that with everything that's happening, with the DCU, the new DCU and everything, is, of course, Gal Gadot. And, of course, we're going to be talking about a lot of things when it comes to that today in the aftermath. But this right here, obviously, let me translate this tweet right here. It says, James Gunn and Saffron spoke with Gal Gadot, and while she's expected to return as Wonder Woman at some point, they're not sure if that will ever happen. So this is one of those things because obviously we know from the slate that, yes, there's going to be a prequel series that takes place on Themyscira before she is born, which I'm very intrigued about. I thought that was pretty smart, just capitalize on that whole Game of Thrones style series that they could do on Themyscira. And I think that could be something that's pretty amazing, but we're kind of all questioning, is it her? Are they going to use Connie Nielsen? Are we going to use Robin Wright, which we've talked about today? What's going to be happening with that series? And another thing too, is this right here. I wanted to bring this up. Somebody on Instagram, and again, James Gunn, choose your battles. Vic Rod right here said, looking forward to the new projects, but I'm disappointed you guys let Henry and Cal go, but still have Ezra around. He's a knucklehead, while Henry and Gal have done it all right. Just makes no sense to me. James Gunn responded, we didn't let Gal go. Ezra's movie is already made. Henry doesn't fit what I have for Superman, which, of course, we'll talk more about and get more of those details. But he said, we didn't let Gal go. And they didn't. they didn't. But my whole thing and what I've heard is if Patty's gone, likely Gal is gone. That's just putting my ear out there, having conversations is yes. If Patty's gone, then Gal is gone. And it's funny too, because I was talking with this tweet yesterday, I had some people push back and be like, well, why would she want to do that, especially after Wonder Woman 84? Blah, blah. I'm like, well, she's dedicated to her director. Some actors just do that. You know, Gal was cast as Wonder Woman back in, 2014? So it's almost been a decade. She was, in 5 movies? She's got cameos coming up in the movies that are coming out this year. Apparently, there's footage of Shazam that's been released online. If you looked and saw that, you might actually see some Wonder Woman in there. But yeah, there's a chance that she might be moving on. I mean, she's had how many kids since then? Maybe she's just done with it. I don't know. I don't know fully, but from what I was having conversations is Gal most likely won't return if Patty doesn't return, and doesn't look like Patty is in fact going to return. Who knows though? I don't know. I don't know full on confirmation or anything like that, but it just sounds to me like she's probably gone as well. And when I was talking with people, I went, well, the fan base really shat on Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, wasn't the greatest sequel, follow-up, but I understood what Patty was going for. Patty Jenkins, when it came to Wonder Woman 1984, was trying to create nostalgia for herself when it came to watching the old Wonder Woman TV series. And she did nail it when it came to that, but it was such a tonal shift that, and then of course she had a writing partner, the guy at the ball cap. That didn't really work, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, but just don't be surprised if Gal does not return. That's very much up in the air. Very much up in the air. And then, of course, we have Matt Reeves tweeting out about his stuff right there. Hey, look at this. You guys have all seen these drawn memes before. Now you have AI making them lifelike. Look at that. That's all from AI. Dude, the whole AI stuff is just moving so fast. It's crazy how fast it's moving. Of course, we got all that, which you guys saw, retweeting. Hey, somebody buy this Hot Wheels car, the Batman Forever Batmobile. Somebody get that for me. Look at this right here. Somebody made this title. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it. Obviously, we're getting the Brave and the Bold. I love the fact that you have the Robin R and Brave, and then, of course, you have a Bat logo right there in the Bold. Thought that was pretty cool. And finally... Tom Brady's out. All right. So everybody was wondering. I thought he'd sit on it a little bit more. But, turns out Tom Brady, any football fans out there, Tom Brady has finally said, you know what? He's done. That's right. It took a divorce. It took failed attempts at getting another championship to realize that he's done with football. So there you go. Yeah. So he posted this video right here, of course, on the beach. And he is now done. No more Tom Brady. Seeking high school football now. Well, now, apparently he's got a fat deal. He's going to be doing commentary. He's going to try to be the next, what's his name? I can't remember his name. But yeah, he's just going to go into all that, so... I don't know if he has commentary skills, but he might. Who knows? So, hey, you know what? He is one of the best quarterbacks, so why not? Not John Madden. Who's the guy that's doing it now? CBS, he was the Cowboys coach. No, not the Cowboys coach, the Cowboys wide receiver. He does commentary now. He does commentary now on CBS. I can't remember his name. I'm totally blanking. Come on, people. Come on. Not Troy Aikman. I mean, Troy Aikman does it too, but Troy's not as good as Tony Romo. Thank you, Jose. Jeez. Yes, Tony Romo. I like Tony Romo because, yeah, he's good. McFarlane Toys. We got Two-Face right here. That looks pretty cool. He looks pretty awesome. Then we got some art right here from Dennis Batiste. Look at that. Crime Alley. Oh, man, it's beautiful. Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne putting some flowers down in Crime Alley. Love that. Absolutely love that. Of course, we'll talk about that. We got a new Creed poster that is just full of sweaty men and abs. Just abs and nipples. Abs and nipples all over the place in this poster right here. That's right. Looking forward to Creed 3. I like this poster, though. It's a good poster. It's a really good poster. But, yeah. And then we got Miss Viola Davis responding to, of course, she broke her silence, as if she was silent. But she talked about, of course, the Amanda Waller show when it came to the announcement yesterday. And this is what she had to say right here. She said, very exciting news. Can't wait to tackle the wall. Let's go. And then, of course, James Gunn and Waller. So, yeah. Even Rihanna has some excitement, apparently, saying, yes, I love this year so much already. Well, yeah, you love this year because you're playing the halftime show. We get that. But, yeah, so a lot of people, of course, were like, yes, Queen, yes. Well, I like Viola Davis. She's a perfect Amanda Waller, so why not? So that's the reaction right there. So get on that. And then, of course, we got David F. Sandberg just doing some awesome stuff right here. When he does these little random videos, and I love that he's using like an Orm. He's using an Orm action figure as opposed to using a Shazam action figure. But yeah, he's basically just like saying like, oh yeah, this shot right here.
Raises his fist and then takes off to do the uppercut on the dragon.
There we go, right there. It's a cool shot. It is a cool shot. Yeah, looking forward to Shazam. I like David F. Sandberg, so. And then, So, of course, when it comes to Glenn Powell, obviously he's hoping that he's going to make Captain Planet, but everybody keeps on fan casting him as DC characters. Not even DC characters, also Marvel characters. And this is what he had to say about here. And then I'm like, Glenn Powell, Booster Gold? I don't know.
You know what's really funny? It's because a bunch of my friends from Texas are like, wait, is this true? Are you playing Cyclops? Are you playing Booster Gold?
Cyclops?
I've seen a lot of Cyclops and a lot of Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, I can see that, of course.
And so I've actually looked up...
Booster Gold, though, I'm like...
I'm not like a real comic book guy.
I probably see him more as a Hal Jordan.
I like the Marvel movies. I've watched all the superhero movies of DC.
What are we thinking here?
I'm a fan.
When it comes to Mr. Powell.
I wouldn't say I'm educated about
Okay, Jose is saying
Booster Gold. Booster Gold.
Really okay.
Booster Gold's a funny one.
Yeah. Funny character.
Cyclops. I don't know. It's like these are all really fun. I mean,
Green Arrow. I don't think Green Arrow.
They're all cool.
Isn't it?
They're all great.
Yeah, he needs a haircut.
I've never had a conversation.
It's probably
with
for a role.
So,
probably for a role.
Whatever. You know what's really funny?
Okay. So you guys think that he could probably pull off Booster Gold or maybe even a Hal Jordan. Yeah. And then speaking of Booster Gold, we have Dan Jurgens, the creator, of course, thrilled with the news that Booster Gold is heading to HBO Max, courtesy of James Gunn and Company. Amazing to think these initial character sketches from 1984 would lead to this. Excited to see what's next in the life of the greatest hero you ever heard of. So, there you go. You'll love that. I know, can't wait. It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see. And then, whop. I think we all knew this was going to happen. Pennyworth has been canceled on HBO Max. Yes. I haven't watched it yet. I'm a Batman fan and haven't watched a Batman kind of show. Obviously, there's no Batman in it. It's all about Alfred, but I'm actually surprised I haven't watched it. But hey, 3 seasons lasted longer than I thought it would last, to be honest. So there's that. And then Funko Pop apparently is going to be releasing a Stranger Things of Dustin, Eddie, and the Demo Bats. Obviously, when he's rocking on top of that camper, trying to distract and everything, and playing Master of Puppets, which was amazing. It was the best thing that happened in last season for sure. But yeah, there's going to be a Funko Pop for that. That's cool. And then check this out. This is what I'm talking about. Hopefully, and I'm pretty sure that they do, it's like, yeah, have a DC Elseworlds logo. Have a dark, gritty DC Elseworlds logo, because now we know for a fact there is DC Elseworlds, and we know that Joker and the Batman fall into that, and more movies are going to fall into that which I can't wait for. I'm like, what else? What else could fall into the DC Elseworlds title? You know, some kind of offshoot of something else that strays from the source material. That's what I kind of wonder. I'm like, ooh. And I'm sorry, nope. I'm sorry, no.
Get the fuck out!
No, not this. I like this guy, yes. I like him in Cobra Kai, but yeah, apparently Cobra Kai's Tanner what's his name? Buchanan, whatever the hell his last name is, has expressed interest in The Brave and the Bold, obviously playing Damian Wayne. I'm like, well, first off, dude, you're like a decade older than what Damian Wayne is, okay? Can we hire a kid? Can we hire an actual kid, a badass kid, not get some 20-year-old? Let's not do the Chris O'Donnell thing again, okay? As much as I love Batman Forever, let's not have a Robin that's supposed to be a child be a grown man, even though obviously he still can pull off a high school student, but we need Damian to be, let's get him 12, 13 years old. And actually what's funny is somebody actually brought up somebody right here. Let's see, let me go through the responses. This kid right here, apparently, who is an actual fighter. Oh, then of course they're thinking of Jamie Dornan, whatever his name is from 50 Shades. But yeah, they were bringing up this kid right here, Jovan Walton, and I have no idea who the hell this person is, but apparently he was in Euphoria, and apparently he is an actual fighter. Look at this right here. Actual fighter, boxer turned actor. He's a young boxer. So I was like, all right, something like this. Look at that right there. I'm just saying. That I like. I like that. And if the kid can actually fight already, even more of a bonus. Did you say Hamada? That's Draga, you weirdo. But yes, I'm thinking this is pretty cool right here. I'm liking this right here. So I'm just saying, let's get somebody of age. Let's get somebody young to play Damian, because he's supposed to be young, supposed to be a father and son story, so let's get somebody young. And I'm in favor for this casting right here. I totally am. And Nate's memes, yes, I still love Batman Forever. A lot of people have said that, so just saying, and I'll say it till the day I die. Blumhouse's live action Five Nights at Freddy's movie has begun filming, so I mean, I've seen the game. I have never played the game, but apparently, it's going to be something batshit crazy. Speaking of batshit crazy, look at this Christian Bale Batman artwork by AVV Art. That's pretty cool. Like that. You could play Tim Drake, Draga. Totally could. And then, yes, there's going to be a Transformers trailer that's going to be showing up on Super Bowl. We're going to get like 5 or 6 trailers right here. Yeah, we're going to be doing that. So, all right. We're done with the tweets. So, but yeah, I'm just saying, we need, like, when it comes to the casting of Damian Wayne, we don't need a 20-year-old to play like a younger version. Get somebody young already. And to be honest, I think that kid right there works. I think he works. Just saying. He works. He works in my eyes, so. All right. Okay, so how are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling? Well, how are we feeling with the aftermath? Are we feeling good? Hey, we got a new subscriber, Jerry. Thank you. Now, are we feeling good? Are we feeling okay? We're feeling whatever? I mean, obviously, when I ran my polls yesterday, when it came to how we were feeling about this first chapter, or at least first partly chapter, I don't know exactly what it is, because apparently from what I was told as well, was this is only half of what they're working on, and even James Gunn himself said they didn't reveal everything that they were working on. So we got 10 projects, and if it was half, that means there's 10 more? That's pretty insane. Ballsy. I'm like, wow, with Warner Brothers Discovery kind of going, we need money. They are putting a lot into this DC universe for sure. But I mean, my God, we're going to have the budgets are going to be low. That's what I like, though. I like the fact that the budgets are going to be low, because that makes the filmmaker utilize every little bit of it. Unlike, just throwing a bunch of money and then it looking like shit. Talking to you, Thor Love and Thunder. You know, just stuff like that. I'm just, when you see these movies that have these crazy budgets, and then all of a sudden you look and you see some VFX that look like absolute ass. Like, why? You know who's actually really good with a small budget and can still make things look like an awesome, Zack Snyder. Zack freaking Snyder, of course, can do that. Because, if you watch 300, that was made for what? That was under $100 million, but that thing looks like it was made for like $200 million, right? And it was actually it was a work of art. It was a work of art.
Fucking hard fact.
That's right, Zach. Fucking hard fact with that shit, so. Just saying. Thank you, Nate's Memes, for the $2 super chat. Do you love, what do you love about Batman Forever? Is it the bat nips? Yes. It's strictly just the bat nips. That's it. That's it. No, I think it's, and I've said this before, I know it's controversial. When it comes to Batman Forever, I actually like it better than Batman Returns. It gets to the campy part, but I think Val Kilmer is an excellent Batman, and even better Bruce Wayne. I think his Bruce Wayne is awesome. And just Jim Carrey's Riddler. I mean, Jim Carrey. It's freaking Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Riddler is probably my favorite villain of Batman. I've always loved the Riddler because of the puzzles and everything like that, and just to have Jim Carrey as the Riddler, that helps as well. So, just saying. That's just, just me. It's just me. It's just me. Sucker Punch. Yeah, Sucker Punch as well. Sucker Punch was also made with a low budget, so. Agree to disagree, guys. But, yes, so let's look at some polls here. Let's look at some polls. This stream is like naughty. There's a lot of innuendos that's happening. Let's look at some polls, guys. Let's do this. Let's talk about undies. I don't know what's happening. Let's see. What was I going to look at first or talk about first? Well, okay, so we have this right here. Okay, that's my poll. Let's look at, hold on. Let me pull up this first. I've got to pull up this. Let's pull up our undies. And, okay. Let's see where I forgot to pull up James Gunn's post right here. Let me pull up his poll. My God. Wow. Somebody start, doing all this. What the hell? Whoa. He retweeted that. That's interesting. Cool. We'll show that. Where is it at? There we are. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, here's the poll right here. If I can find it. Whoa. Sorry. I have my drops on right there. My bad. Too much sound effects. Okay. So here's the poll right here. I guess that actually fit for the transition. So yes, he asked right here, Superman trunks, no trunks. I voted no trunks because I don't like the trunks. I don't like undies. We've established that already at the beginning of the stream. But this is what's happening right now. Currently, there's 14 hours left, but it's looking like, people are actually voting for the trunks to return. 60.7 right now. I don't think the gap's going to be closed right here, but yes, turns out that more people are in favor for the trunks to return. What's happening right here? Oh my God. And then of course people were freaking out because it's like, how are you going to determine trunks or no trunks with a Twitter poll? But then James Gunn just followed up by saying, by the way, this is for fun. We're not going to decide whether Superman has trunks or no trunks based on an irregularly non-scientific Twitter poll. So it's okay. They probably already decided it. They've already decided whether Superman's going to have trunks or no trunks already, or undies or chonies, however you want to talk about it. So then I put my own little poll out there. That's right. I put my poll out there and I asked you guys, do you think James Gunn will bring the Superman trunks back? And almost the same exact percentages right here. Of course, mine was a lot less, only 742 votes, but the final tally on Twitter, 63.5 to 36.5. Also, people, if you're going, okay, so if you're gonna click on an answer for a poll, you don't need to respond with the answer too. You don't need to double down. There's been a couple of people that responded with, all right, so they clicked it and then they went yes. And I went, okay, you don't need to do that. Just saying, when there's a poll, just click your answer. You don't need to double down. If you want to have an explanation of The reasoning? Sure, okay. And of course, there's some debates that were happening, of course, naturally because it's fans. So, that's just what happens. And then when it comes to YouTube, I did the same poll right here. Same thing, 65 to 35. What the hell is happening right here? So pretty much when it comes to the 3 polls, across the board, it's around the same percentages when it comes to yes and no. Oh, boy. So does that mean that's what's going to happen? I don't know. That's the crazy part. The Superman chonies coming back. But again, folks, remember, okay, before we start, throwing stones and whatever the hell, remember that in the behind the scenes of Man of Steel, there's commentary from Zack Snyder that expressed that he did want the chones. He wanted the Superman chones. Zack Snyder did, in fact, want the undies on the outside. But I think after costume tests and whatnot, he decided not to do that. But yeah, remember, Zack did, in fact, want the Superman. To me, if the undies come back, I'm like, all right, hopefully it doesn't look ridiculous, I mean, I really enjoyed, like, Brandon Routh's, like, Kingdom Come Superman suit. It was a great suit. But the undies were a little much, but it wasn't like the normal, like, the whitey-tighty looking version. It was more of like a boxer brief, kind of. I don't know what that is. Somebody also in that comic book world said, like, well, what if you, when it comes to the comic books and how they're doing right now, it's like, well, what if you just kind of like added it to the costume where it's just it's stitched in. It's not like it's actual undies outside of the costume and it's stitched in and it's just a slightly different color. There's that whole thing. Of course, there's a belt aspect of it. I don't know. It's just going to be interesting to see when we get that suit reveal, which we're probably not going to get it till what? Like next year? Who knows when we're going to actually, obviously they're still writing the script. We don't even have an actor. So it's going to be interesting to see when we, obviously, it's going to blow up the internet and everything like that. Nate's memes, hashtag no trunks, hashtag rock out with your super wang out. I like how you're feeling right there, so. But anyways, yeah. So maybe when they do costume tests, they'll realize that, yeah, it just doesn't work anymore, That's what's going on. And mind you, we're getting another bat suit. So that whole thing's going to be brought up again, too, when it comes to, is Batman going to be wearing some Batman chonies, which I do have a pair of. I'm being, I don't know what's going on here. I'm being too truthful when it comes to all this. But, yeah, so we got that. And then another thing, too, that was brought up yesterday that we didn't talk about was Superman's age when it comes to this. So another little quote right here. This is from the Hollywood Reporter, talking about Superman and Superman's age right here. He said, we are not going to put hundreds of millions of dollars into a film where a screenplay is only 2/3 of the way done, and we have to finish it while we're making the movie. I think that's a jab at Green Lantern. Because Green Lantern's script was being just, written and not finished, and I almost think that was a jab at Green Lantern. And that whole debacle. But, yeah, and then he says, I've seen it happen again and again, and it's a mess. Yes, Green Lantern. I think it's the primary reason of the deterioration of quality of films today and versus 20 and 30 years ago. So that was another quote that he was talking about. Where was it right here? He talked about, I can't find it. I think... All right, you're talking about Henry, and then, of course, it said right here, they put right here, it said, Gunn's Superman is a younger version, said to be around 25. So there you go. So you got 25 years old, around that, mid-20s. That's what's going to be like. I know some people are like, well, Henry could play that. I'm like, yeah, but Henry was just, I don't know. I don't know if, like, that people would have bought that. I mean, yes, the guy just, he's a fine wine. He's fine wine. He gets better with age. But, I mean, he's always been like a rugged-looking dude. So they're probably going to get somebody a little bit more fresh-faced, obviously. But, yes, I know. We're still feeling like that and everything. So, thank you, MSGT, for the $10 super chat. Oh, damn. Didn't think about a new Batsuit. I'm very curious about the new DCU. It's also a new Plex folder for me. There you go. Plex. Okay, so then here's another thing when it comes, there's some backlash, well, more backlash. Backlash This is a different kind of backlash that I wanted to talk about when it came to the aftermath of the DCU announcements. Look right here. James Gunn's plan for DC's video game actors blasted by industry vets. One Naughty Dog character artist criticized James Gunn's approach to casting the same actors for DC's films, TV series, and video games and animation. So this is from Del Walker, a senior character artist for Naughty Dog, criticized Gunn for wanting the same actors to play the respective DC characters in the franchise films, video games, TV series, and animation projects. You think you're going to get Robert Pattinson to outwork a VA actor? Did he say VA actor? Because the A in VA is actor, right? So voice actor, ATM machine. And for the budget, that makes sense. Oof. So somebody that's been, working on Suicide Squad. And you know what? He has a point. He does have a point. I will say that he has a little bit of a point. Because, sometimes, and I've always, how many times have I talked about how I hate it when, these actors end up getting these voice acting roles. I hate that. I mean, look what happened to DC Super Pets. I mean, you could have cut the budget in half if you didn't have all the actual celebrities that were a part of it. So, he does have a point. And it is interesting. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to do something different that Marvel was not doing and trying to keep everything. But at the same time, I'm kind of going but if there's still a different version of Batman, if it's not the same version of Batman, if they're doing the Batman video game, then yes, Robert Pattinson should voice it. But if it's another Batman video game that has nothing to do with Matt Reeves' Batman or Robert Pattinson, then he shouldn't voice it. But if they do have a video game that also works with the universe, then I can understand it. So, I don't know. It's like a little interesting, weird thing right there when it comes to this whole controversy. But I know it was whoa. And then, of course, there was another thing that was even said by Del right here. Said, James Gunn just stated that DC want the film and blah, blah, blah. He said, I'll never work on a DC title ever again if that's upheld. You've lost your mind if you think Hollywood can outdo Tara Strong's Harley or any VA actor. Again, just say VA. just say voice actor. Yeah, so. Yeah. Thank you for the $2 super chat there, DJ. Goes to the wanting underoos. Oh, yeah. Infill, yeah. Yeah, maybe. There's a little bit of that. Yeah. Dada. It could be something like that. I know. We shouldn't want the underoos. Underoos? All right. So there's all that. So that's a little bit of the aftermath and everything like that. Now, he does have a point. He does have a point. But at the same time, if they're going to do separate stories in animation, then use the voice talent. But if they're going to have stories that also link to the movies and live action, then that makes sense to me. And maybe James Gunn will clarify that. But if it's a totally separate story that they're doing, because, they do DC, they do animated movies that are based on books, and it has no connection to anything else that's going on, use voice actors, please. Please use voice actors. James Mangold. That's right, James Mangold. Now, I should have said something, because then I could have, I really could have just been like, oh my God, guys, guess what? Exclusiva! Because when I was sent the DC Slate, I saw James Mangold's name attached to Swamp Thing. And I was like, oh crap. Look at that. But I didn't want to say anything, because I'm one of those people that go, hey, if you tell me not to say anything, I'm not going to say anything. And I didn't say anything. So, you proud of me? That's the way I am. I don't say things. But yeah, James Mangold, obviously you guys saw his tweet and you saw the articles and everything. But just in case you didn't, but yeah, this is what he added, the tweet right here. Look at that. Look at that. Posting some Swamp Thingness right here. Posting this shot. It's a good shot. And yeah, we could basically just determine that, yes, that he is the director. Now, all the articles were saying that he is, in fact, that he's in talks. Not so much that he has the job, but that he's in talks. So that's interesting. That's interesting right there. And, I will say that, even looking at his IMDb, he's got some good credits. Obviously, he's got the new Indiana Jones movie that's coming out this year, which I'm looking to see. But this guy he's a good director. Starting off with, if you look at his IMDb, you start off with Copland. Good movie. Look at that cast. It's a great movie. Girl Interrupted. That's an award-winning movie. Kate and Leopold. Okay. Whatever. Identity. He made Identity. That is an awesome movie. I love that movie. Psychological thriller like that. Walk the Line. Again, another award-winning movie. Men in Trees. That's a TV show. Don't know what that is. 3:10 to Yuma. Have not seen that yet, and I should. Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. I've seen that. It's a great movie. And then he did some series. And then, of course, he did The Wolverine. He did Logan. And then Ford v. Ferrari. And I'm like, yeah, great movies. So, not a bad get. And this is something different, too. This is something different than what he's used to. Because has he really... obviously, James Gunn expressed that Swamp Thing is going to be like a horror movie. And we already saw what was going on with the TV show, which was absolutely fantastic, which was produced by James Wan. So, yeah. I'm just saying. This is good. The two names, when it comes to the DCU, of who James Gunn and Peter Safran got, Drew Goddard has written some great stuff. Obviously, when you watch the Daredevil TV series, who do you think? You see Drew Goddard's name. He's done a lot of great stuff. And then we have James Mangold. It's a good start when it comes to talent, and I'm glad for that. I just really hope that James Gunn gets somebody else to make Superman, because I don't want it to be him. I just don't. I can see him tackling a little bit of Lanterns, sure, but I just want somebody else to direct Superman, but it's most likely going to be him. What can he do? But James Mangold, I think that's definitely a good get right there, and I think, hey, a little light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. Don't screw it up. Whoa. Okay. I talked about this on Monday, about Constantine 2. Obviously, this was before the whole announcements and everything. But now that there was no mention of it after the announcements, I'm a little worried, guys. I'm a little worried when it comes to this. And I just, I really wish that somebody would have done something when it came to this. And I think a lot of us would have been excited if it would have happened, but sadly it did not happen. And I'm just saying I'm worried, guys. I'm worried because I did show you guys this article right here. This was talking about Keanu Reeves break silence. I love it when people say break silence. And he basically was talking about how that he's going to try his hardest and he really wants to play the character again. And, I'm not going to really go through all that stuff again. He said, I kept asking almost every year. Apparently, he kept asking WB every year. And this last right here, he said, but definitely I'm going to try my darndest to try to realize that dream. So he really wants it to happen. And, of course, they did announcement. But the thing that worries me, guys, it was pre-Gunn and Safran. Ugh. It was pre-Gunn and Safran. It was greenlit by DeLuca and Abdi. That's the thing. Remember when Pamela Abdi and Michael DeLuca got brought on board? Remember when Alan Horn's name was there? I think he had something to do with it too. They probably thought it was a good idea because everybody loves Keanu Reeves and people want to see a sequel to Constantine. And I think they announced it, but I think it was a little bit too maturely because now we have this whole other thing coming in and we can only pray and hope that it's going to be part of an Elseworlds title. But it is a sequel, and they're already trying to set up Justice League Dark with Swamp Thing, but I'm a little worried. Yeah, see, some people in the chat are saying it's not going to happen. Yeah, it was announced, but Nate's memes, how many times have projects in the DC Universe been announced? Again, I can have Scott McClellan on Friday bring up his list of projects in the DC Universe that never came to be. There is a laundry list of movies and projects that were announced that were supposed to happen and never happened. So I'm worried. And I think it would be dumb. You know, it's just like, who knows? But yeah, I'm just thinking that we might not get this. And I hope that's not the case, but I just worry about that. So, and just even talking to, you know, people in that world, they're like, they haven't heard anything about any movement when it comes to that. So hopefully it does. Maybe some fan campaigns, but if they could stick it in that Elseworlds title, maybe that will be good. But we shall see. We shall see. Netflix. Oh, Netflix. So we all heard that Netflix was going to stop the whole password sharing thing that we all do when it comes to these streaming platforms, which again, I think that they thought it was probably a good idea at first, but really it wasn't a good idea because you're missing out on another membership when it comes to these streaming services. And that could really, you know, if you really think about it, you go, oh my God, imagine how many people are actually sharing all this, and then how much more. I mean, obviously when it comes to these, you know, it keeps on going up $1 and everything like that. But a new plan to crack down on password sharing has just been unveiled, and this is what it is right here. Netflix password crackdown details signal trouble for heavy travelers. Ooh, so this could be not so smart. Streaming giant Netflix cracks down on password sharing with a new system, which might leave heavy travelers unable to access their accounts. Streaming giant Netflix unveiled, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, according to The Streamable, Netflix accounts will soon only be shareable between household members, with the streaming giant reportedly planning to implement changes to its password system. Users will be asked to register their devices to their accounts by using the Netflix app or website to connect to the network associated with the primary location. Netflix will additionally require users to use the streaming service on their registered device at least once every 31 days or risk having their device removed from their account. So basically, you have to make sure you're checking in, and that's why they say for travelers, if you're out and about, after 31 days, you might get locked out of your account. The new system will reportedly block users who attempt to log in to an account from an unregistered device and instead direct them to a prompt for a new Netflix subscription. Users who attempt to operate their device outside of their registered primary location may also find themselves blocked from Netflix's service. The streaming giant slated that it recognized how heavy travelers could subsequently be unable to access their accounts because of the new system. It's a preemptive measure. Netflix revealed users may request a temporary code from its service when signing in, which will provide them with a temporary access to their account for a full week on their chosen device. Eek. Man, I can't imagine people calling in to Netflix when that happens.
I will fuck you up!
Something like that, most likely. So there we go. I don't know if that's the right solution. Probably not. But, yeah. It's just such a weird thing. Again, I keep talking about it, and you could look on the channel where I posted on last Saturday about how Wall Street analysts think that streaming services are bad for business because they're not pulling in the bucks that they thought they were. So now we got these streaming services trying to make it seem like it's a good business, and now they're doing stuff like this. And yeah, again, Netflix was like the top king. Now it's like slowly dying. It's now not so much the top king with all the canceled shows and all this, and then this right here, it's dropping. They threw so much money at for content, and now we have this going on right now. But hey, they can afford the Snyderverse, right? Okay, sorry, had to go there. My bad. Sorry, don't hate me. I had to make the joke. Come on. I had to make the joke. Obviously. Yeah, I'm an asshole. I get it. So, Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Twitter questions now and see what you guys are saying over here on Twitter. Let's make sure everything's good. Everything good. All right, we're good. Wow, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions today. That's for sure. All right. Anyways, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. You just have to make the joke. That's why when it comes to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, anytime, and I've even had people recently in the last couple of days put those hashtags in there, and I'm like, why not Amazon? Why not Amazon? They spent $715 million on Lord of the Rings. They have the money. Netflix doesn't have the money. That's why they're doing shit like that. Just use this. It's not thought out. Okay. Andrea, probably you answered this already, but do you really think they're gonna invest money in the Ayer cut? It's kind of pointless. Yeah, that's one of those where, obviously there was David Ayer he had an appointment, or he had a meeting with Warner Brothers Discovery back in November to try to pitch the idea, and probably had the budget that he needed to finish it right down to the very last penny. But then that was right before, again, just like the Constantine thing, this was before Gunn and Safran, just before Gunn and Safran. And they are actively trying to get the new universe up and running. So it's almost like, are they going to even deal with any of the old stuff? I mean, I'm never going to lose hope, because you never know. I mean, obviously the Snyder Cut thing was just something. I mean, I even said when the Snyder Cut thing, before the Snyder Cut got even announced, I kept saying we might be in the long haul, folks. It might be a Donner Superman situation, Donner Cut. It might be that situation where you don't get it for another couple of decades. There might be that situation. So, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's not as great. Not as great. Lane. No mention of Constantine 2 in the first chapter, and I think it's a big sign. Elseworlds is right there. What do you think, Dave? I just mentioned that, obviously. So, yeah, there's that. Eric, riddle me this, Dave. You've noted yesterday and tonight, Constantine 2 may have some hope via the Elseworlds label. Thing is, Keanu Reeves' paycheck aside, I'm pretty sure the film would require quite a lot of VFX work. See, that's the thing, is but when it comes to Keanu Reeves, he'd probably do it for less than $1 million. The dude is a saint. The dude donates a good portion of his paychecks to fucking charities because he's the greatest guy in the goddamn world. How much did he donate of his Matrix salary? I think it was something like 70 to 80% of it, because he made a shit ton on the Matrix, because he also got back end. So he made a shit ton of money and donated most of it. So it's all right, if you're thinking about budgets, maybe consider that Keanu Reeves might not want to take that much. If he really wants to play the role, you could do that. I don't know. About as much as, say, Man of Steel 2. What do you think? You're just never going to let go of the Man of Steel 2 thing. After what happened with Henry, dude. There's a thread, a thread that talks about the whole Henry thing that I've expressed many times about him getting dicked around. I don't even know if Henry even wants to even come back now because of all the bullshit that he's gone through when it comes to this. RJ, do you think they'll prioritize casting unknown actors for the DCU, but getting big name players behind the scenes to work on the projects? Or will it be a mixture of big names for both characters and directors? It'll probably be a mixed bag. If you can get somebody that wants to play it, sure. But I mean, there's going to be some fresh-faced people. I mean, there's got to be. But I mean, getting good talent behind the scenes, I mean, that's really where it starts. I think I would rather have them have really good talent that really like the material behind the scenes, writing the scripts, making the movies, and then you can always find new talent to play the characters. Look what happened when it came to Man of Steel. We had no idea who Henry Cavill was. We knew who Zack Snyder was, and we're like, okay, we have Zack Snyder that's behind the scenes. We got David Goyer writing the script. We have Christopher Nolan producing it. And then all of a sudden we get Henry Cavill, who knocked it out of Superman. And we didn't know who he was before that. So I prefer big talent behind the scenes and fresh faces in front of it, to be honest. paying actors way too much. Might be a question better reserved for a longer form conversation. Do you think the issues of the gatekeeping in DC fandom will ever improve? Not for a while. I think a lot of issues come from DC being a generational property. Yes, it definitely is. Older, yes, it definitely is that. And Marvel fandom will soon have to realize that too when they start replacing all that. Thank you, DJ, for the $2 super chat. Hashtag bring back Abdi DeLuca Horn for Ellsworth. I mean, they're still there. Not Alan Horn. Alan Horn took off apparently, but he came back just to advise for a little bit and then just took off again. But I mean, Abdi and Horn are still doing some stuff. So, Clay. If Ben Affleck directs The Bold and the Brave and the Bold, and Gunn says the past actors could continue in their roles, maybe could still be possible for Joe Manganiello to play Deathstroke and fight Damian alongside whoever the Batman is. Yep, could always be a possibility. I think Joe Mang would be down to do that. It would be weird to see him take on a Batman that isn't Batfleck, but hey, I would be totally okay with that. And there we go, guys. There's me as Superman in a bright suit with undies. There you go. It's exactly what I look like. That's exactly what my body looks like in that suit. So eat your heart out. It's my costume for Halloween this year. Thank you, Fear Jason. Jacob, yo, let's go Armyverse. Just released. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw people posting about this. You can get 4K Ultra HD on Amazon and everywhere for Dawn of the Dead right there. So, didn't you talk to Joe Manganiello, Justice Con? I sure did. Sure did. Kenny, hey Dave, love your content as always. Thank you. I'm excited to see this new DCU under James Gunn. Hopefully it's good to great, especially Superman Legacy and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. All in all, I'm excited for what is next for DC in live action moving forward. There you go. Nothing wrong with being optimistic. Ryan, I finally came to terms with this. Snyder is my guy as well as Cavill, and they always will be, but Gunn is here now, and if we're fans of the characters, then I think we can give a chance to see what happens. Am I 100% happy? No, but what else can I do? Faith, Alfred, faith. True that. It's a good way to look at it. Like I'm like going, we'll see what they do and see what happens. Cooper Knox, my bitterness about Henry Cavill not coming back aside, I'm genuinely curious to see what James Gunn has in store for Superman Legacy. Jordan, I don't see what's the big issue with Superman wearing the red undies. I think you can modernize them. That's right. Make them look good and still look good. And Snyder wanted it until the studio said no. It's true. That was when, it was Warner Brothers that actually did it, and good on him. Good on Warner Brothers for once. They did make one good decision. So the door is open for everyone but Henry Cavill. In my opinion, James Gunn either doesn't like Henry Cavill or his Superman. That's not true. I mean, I've said it time and time again and again. There was like a thread that I saw too that really explained it, I think Gunn came in wanting to do a new Superman, but there was not hate for Henry Cavill. It was just a shitty part, and it was the fact that, again, it was $7 Productions and Dwayne Johnson that put him in that predicament because, like I said yesterday, you can watch the Film Junkie shot that I expressed this, that I didn't think that Cavill was going to come back unless he had a full-on contract, and then he came back for the cameo with a promise of a contract, never got the contract. Still got paid, but never got the contract. Yes, James Gunn came in wanting to do a fresh Superman. He didn't want to work with the previous Superman, sure, but I don't think there's like a hatred. People always just want to be like, oh yeah, he hates him. I'm like, no, I don't think he hates him. He was just wanting to do his own thing, and he didn't fight for him, sure. But it was the previous regime, and it was Dwayne Johnson and $7 Productions that fucked him over more than anything else. Mr. Castillo, hey Dave, what do you think is up with Gal. Well, I already talked about that. Maybe they're waiting for the next Wonder Woman director to, yeah. Also, who do you think is more likely to get T-Bay A-T-B? Oh, the Bold and Beautiful? The Bold and Beautiful? That's what I'm going to call it. I think Affleck would more likely get that. I don't think Muschietti would want to do that, but you never know. Sean Tax. At this point, any DC news is just depressing, especially if Gunn really is keeping the old cast minus Henry. It's not minus Henry. It's minus Henry, minus Affleck, minus... Everybody's just emphasizing that they think that everybody's coming back except for Henry. It's like, no, Ben's not coming back either. Gal might be not coming back either. I mean, that's the thing. Ezra might not be coming back either. Why? I mean, I get it that it sucks that Henry's not coming back. But again, we're getting to hyperbole standards here, guys. It will be hard, but just going to support other things and spread positivity. That's good. Spread the positivity. Mr. Wooter, Dave, yesterday I'm guessing you meant bought Black Adam in Baruto set 14. What? Black Adam was awesome. Seeing the post-credit scene with Superman was awesome. It's a shame we were never going to see him again. And what upcoming DC slate you think you look to see for more? Yeah, I mean, I probably, obviously Batman, I'm like number one in my eyes, so... Christian, so are the Shazam movies continuing in the DCU or, because I'm confused, it sounds like they are. Sounds like Shazam's okay, and because he said he's very much in his own little pocket of the universe, so I guess he could fit anywhere. Eye on Stone podcast. What would you think about James Gunn calling up David Yarovesky to direct Superman Legacy? All right, hold on. I'm trying, I recognize the name, but I'm like trying to remember who this guy is. Hold on. Let me see. That's right. He did Brightburn. Okay. That's right. Yeah, you never know. He could. So that's what you're kind of getting at. Brightburn, that was like, and then of course he has something called Night Books that came out in 2021. Not sure exactly what that is, but yeah, you never know. I mean, yeah, bring up the Brightburn director to do that. I don't know, but Brightburn was fairly dark. It seems like this Superman's going to be not as dark, but hey, you never know. I'm sitting here going, Brad Bird? What's Brad Bird doing? Huh? Shui vibes. Since the universe is starting with Damian as Robin, I think Dick and the other Robins exist. Well, yeah. And yeah. I think that's what they're getting at. It's not a first-year Batman. But do you think that could mean other sidekicks from their generations are there too, and a Wally West could already be Flash? It's always a possibility. Marcelo, hey Dave, so the Flash will reset everything, but it takes us to Aquaman 2 still with Jason Momoa. Then the new Superman and the new Batman will interact with the old actors, including Viola's Waller. But Superman is young, so wait, what was the Flash reset for anyway? Help. Is that the last thing? Okay. The way you got to look at it, I think the way you got to look at it is, these are comic book movies and anything's possible. I mean, we went from Batman Returns to Batman Forever, and it's supposed to be like the same, but it was a different Bruce Wayne. I mean, that was like a thing where it's like, okay, you have a different actor, but then you have some of these same actors right there. It's just like a recast. And then all of a sudden the tone changed. I mean, it was essentially like, okay, we're not having the same comic book writer writing the story that already exists. We see that all the time when it comes to the books, is the fact that you get the same characters and you get different comic book writers. Like right now, there's a book of Batman the World, and it has a bunch of different illustrators and writers that have had different iterations of Batman. But at the same time, you can walk into a comic book shop and still just read it for the stories. And I think what James Gunn is really he's trying his best to create that approach when it comes to all this, where it's like, all right, if you already have these people, sure, we could still utilize them because they're already there, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering just how much they're going to be interacting. Like, to me, it would seem like a little weird. You have like Jason Momoa's Aquaman interacting with a fresh-faced 25-year-old Superman. That might be a little strange. And then, of course, you have a Batman. I don't know how old Batman's going to be in this world. I'm guessing he's got to be in his 30s, right? If Damian's around and the Bat family, he's got to be in his 30s for sure. So, yeah, it's just like a kind of weird thing because when it comes to comic books, there's things that change all the time. Different illustrators, different writers. So you got all that, but is that going to the question is that going to translate when it comes to live action and all this stuff? That's the question right there. That's the question. That's pretty much one of my final thoughts when it comes to all this, is that. So, I don't know. It's all crazy, and, I think, when it comes to the announcements this week, and, this Friday's Vodka stream is going to be, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yes, I have guests. I got guests coming on. Not just one, but two. And then, of course, I'm sure it'll be a full panel talking about all this. So look forward to that. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on with everybody's opinion about this. So we're going to be, of course, talking about it. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of questions. I think the general consensus that I saw yesterday when it came to all this is the fact that people are just kind of like, I've talked to people who are over the moon about it. I talked to people who were like mixed bag, and I talked to people who absolutely hate it. Again, there were already people that had it in their brains. There are certain people, like when you were seeing how they tweet, you can automatically guess, oh yeah, that person's going to hate everything about this. And it's funny too, because I would engage and be like, what would have made it good for you? And then, of course, you get the answer, Zack Snyder would have finished it. It's like, no, Jesus. Of course. That's not the question. Assuming that he's not coming back. So I could already tell, just by the way people were talking or, posting on social media, I could tell who was going to hate it. And then I could tell like who was not going to fully hate it. It was like easy to tell. But I've also had people that I was like, oh, wow. I was pretty shocked that you actually are excited for this. That's interesting. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things when it comes to all this. I think a majority of people are just kind of going, my whole thing when it comes to it. Yes, I mean, I would not be surprised if James Gunn does bring back the Undies. It might happen. But when it comes to the DCU, I'm intrigued because I went, wow. Okay, so there's some things that feel safe, but then there's some things that I went, wow, the Authority? Okay. I mean, I had to be like, oh, I'm not familiar with these guys at all. That's going to be interesting. I'm kind of curious about that. Booster Gold, I was like, thank you. That could be something that could be truly amazing. Of course, there's going to be a lot of Deadpool comparisons when it comes to that. It's just naturally what happens. They do that a lot. But then the fact that I was like, okay, how are you going to do a different Batman? There's been Batman done so many times. And the fact that we're already going to have an established Batman, so established that he's going to have Damian Wayne already there. And I'm just kind of going like, all right, well, now I'm intrigued because you went there? That's crazy because we've barely scratched the surface when it comes to Robins. I mean, we're going back to Batman Forever and Batman and Robin live action. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface of that. Matt Reeves might be trying to do something with that, and I think he'll do a Dick Grayson Robin, of course. And, Zack Snyder teased Robin and did his version of that whole thing of a dead Robin, but it's Dick Grayson, which was great. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm like going, all right, hopefully we'll get an appearance of a Nightwing in that Batman movie, maybe a Batgirl, a Tim Drake Rob. I don't know. There's so many possibilities for the Bat family. So I'm just kind of going like, well, that's pretty cool. I like that. So yeah. So there's just a lot of questions and a lot of like, oh, I'm intrigued. And like I said, when it came to the Wonder Woman Themyscira series, I went, that's smart. That's pretty smart. So the Lanterns thing, I'm still very much up in the air about because I'm like, we've been waiting for that for so long. Superman Legacy, I'm kind of like going, we'll see. We'll see. That's going to be the hardest thing. I think Superman Legacy is the hardest thing. Supergirl, that's also going to be a hard one too. So, but anyways, guys, that'll be it. Sure you guys smash that like thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, share, do all that. Follow me on the Sock Meds. Members, stick around, of course. Look forward to the link. We'll talk a little bit more after this. If you want to be a part of it, become a member. And we'll have ourselves a little chat after this. So thank you, Nate's Memes, for another $2 super chat. Gunn's reboot started with the Suicide Squad. Yeah, but they still had... Yeah, but remember, they still had some people in there. So yeah, technically, that was like a soft reboot as well. But they still had, similar actors in there. And I guess you could do that with the Suicide Squad. I don't know. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys on Friday for the Vox stream. Like I said, it's gonna be an interesting one. Definitely gonna be an interesting one. Got lots to talk about when it comes to the panel, when it comes to the boys, and then when it comes to the guests. That's right. All right, guys. Love ya. Talk to you later.